Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome back to the pavilion. Welcome. It's 16 already. Let's go. So, tonight, first look at South Africa. I'm buzzing for this. Let me know who you are supporting. Gavander Felsen, is that right? Have I pronounced that? I'm so shit with names. I'm so sorry. This is going to be a hell of a night with Georgia, trying to pronounce some of these names, but we'll go for our best. So, who's supporting RSA? I'm not going to lie. I love an underdog, so you'd love to see Georgia turn them over, but it's not going to happen, is it? It's going to be South Africa's day all day. This is just a training game for them, warming up for the Lions. But yeah. Excited to see what they've got to offer, what they're gonna produce in this little cheeky little number. It'd be interesting, won't it? Because Georgia are physical, so it'd be interesting to see how they get on and how cohesive they are. Who knows? Not too long to kick off, about 7 minutes. If you do want to watch along with the game, then of course, if you're in the UK, it's on Sky. I'm going to assume it's on Super Rugby. Super Sports Rugby in South Africa. I'm guessing that's the natural place to find it. Come on, the Bok. Thank you. MUFC Fan Zone, welcome in. Holland played against Georgia, so this must be a walkover. I mean, yeah, on Supersport. Nice one. Thank you for that. So yeah, if you're in South Africa, it's on Supersport. Check your local provider. Check rugbykickoff.com. They've got all the TV where you can find everything on TV all over the world. So. Guessing it's on Peacock in the USA. I'm making guesses. I don't care. Right. So, I mean, Gavander Felsen, you're right. Georgia play in second tier rugby. It's a fact. God, the sun is beating down on me. I'm gonna have to get some curtains for this shed. Stephen Somerville is in the house. Welcome in, Stephen. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. If South Africa want to prove that they're the best team in the world, they must hammer the Georgians today in both tests. Yes, of course. We've got another test next week, next Friday, similar sort of time. I mean, let's be honest. If they don't hammer Georgia, the Lions are going to be licking their lips, aren't they? But we'll see how they get on. Right, let's have a look at a couple of these. Well, let's have a look at these teams, shall we? So let's head on over to rugbykickoff.com, where they have the good old team sheet. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's see if we can get some zoom on that for you. Is that a bit better? There we go. Right then, so for South Africa, let's start with the easier names to pronounce. We've got... Oh, God, it's not going to be easy. This is going to be a long night, boys and girls. So we've got Nook in at hooker. We've got Mbonabi. I haven't practiced any of these, I'm not going to lie. Naya Kane in at tight head. Etzebeth in the second row alongside Mostert. Khaleesi in at 6. Good old Khaleesi. Steph Toit in at 7 and at 8. The easiest name on the team sheet, Smith. Right, onto the backs. We've got Cobus Reinach starts at 9. Andre Pollard in at 10. Fassi on the blindside wing. On the in the centres we've got Stain and Krill. Speckman on the open side wing and Willie LaRue at fullback. Right, on to... It's a great point, MUFC Fan Zone. You haven't played a game since the final. it's going to be interesting to see how this team comes together. Can they pick up where they left off? Is it going to be a case of they're a bit rusty together? We're going to find out over the course of the next 80 minutes, aren't we? Right, on to the Georgians. And, oh, God. Grogicazavili in at number 1. Bregveds in at hooker. Oh, my word. Do you know what? You read them. You read them. It's going to be a long night in terms of commentating on these Georgians, so keep the chat coming in, keep the chat live. If you haven't liked the stream already, please feel free to just smash that like button. It helps the stream out massively, helps us get seen. We are on the road to 650 subscribers. It'd be amazing if we could get there by the end of this stream. That would be nuts. We will of course have ball tracking. We won't, as we never do, be able to show the game footage due to copyright law, but we will of course keep you abreast of what's going on in the game. So we'll have that ball tracking up in a bit, hopefully, because Bet365 don't seem to be wanting to show this particular game in their lineup, but we might be able to find it elsewhere if needs be. But yeah. So we're just having the national anthems. I think they've gone with Georgia first. Interesting dress. Looks like she's wearing a dressing gown. What's going on? Yeah, Georgians having their national anthem first. Passionately sung by the Georgians. Happy days. Love a bit of passion when we sing. Where's me cricket? Cricket? Rugby. Don't want cricket. We won't have very good ball tracking if we've got the cricket on. What are we about this South Africa team? Are we happy with it? Is it what we want to see? I'm not sure about it, you know. They've it's a second, it's mainly a second team, isn't it? Georgia respecting the 2-metre social distancing for their anthem. The South Africans, very much not. They are shoulder to shoulder, giving each other a hug as their national anthem rings out around the stadium, sung by Helena Haynes. Sorry. She's got a lovely voice. Right. We might be struggling for ball tracking here. But we'll see how we get on. Right, so as we just wait for those national anthems to wrap up. Who's reffing this one? Is it Wayne Barnes reffing this one? Do like Barnesy. Barnesy's very good ref. Credit where credit's due. He is a spot on referee. Oh. I dipped out for a second. I'm going to get very pale before the end of this game. The sun is setting quickly into my face. When we started this, the sun was like down. You can't even see my hands. The sun was just creeping into the bottom of the stream, and already we are in the mud. Oh dear. I might have to get some blackout curtains. Oh no. Right, anyway. Almost ready. We're just having a bit of gel handed round, a bit of cleaning. There we go. We have got ball tracking. Good old Bet365 never fails. So Mike Adamson is going to be the man in the middle. Not sure how I feel about him. He's a bit hit and miss as a referee. I won't lie. But never the mind. Never the mind. Wayne Barnes is running touch. I didn't see who the other touch judge was. So, 'tis what it is. Okay. Is that the one we want? It's not that one. Right then, we are about to get underway. As always, we do have a little bit of a delay in comparison to the ball tracking, but that's fine. We can live with that. So, knock on straight off the kickoff. So, Georgia will start us off with a scrum. So, come on in. What's our score predictions? Huge lift in the middle for that, and just went straight over his head, and then Smith knocks it on. To be fair to him, didn't have a lot of time to see it. Didn't have a lot of time at all to see that. So you can't really whinge too much at him there. Pack weights, really? There's about a 30 kilogram weight difference in favour of Georgia. So yeah, that's a bit mad. But of course, as is obligatory in rugby, the first scrum doesn't quite settle properly. So Mike Adamson will step in and have a little quick chinwag with everybody and set the expectation for the game, and we'll get this reset. What's your tipple this evening, by the way? I'm on the old kangaroo piss again. I have got some Stellas, but I will finish these off first. Box by 40, then Lions by 60 against what? Against Gauteng. Oh, against the South African Lions. I'm with you. Nice setup. First time here. Thank you. We are in the pavilion. I call it a pavilion. It's really a shed in my back garden with a green screen behind me. I'm not really at Twickenham. And the sun is setting in my face. So this is why I'm disappearing quickly. But yeah, thank you ever so much for enjoying the setup. Do smash like and subscribe if you're enjoying yourself. Why not? Emirates Lions. Apologies. The Simbas. I'm going to call them the Simbas tomorrow. Yeah, because I'm that much of a dick. So yeah. Anyway, Georgia with a penalty from the scrum, and they will be first on the scoreboard. Relatively simple kick, goes through the heart, and Georgia strike first. Early doors. The big man is in the house. What are we saying to Big? How you doing? How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I hope you're well. Hope you're living the dream. How's Hong Kong? Amazing stuff. Right then, South Africa will kick us back off, and they kick deep into the 22. And Georgia have zero interest in playing in their playing any rugby in their 22 and boot it clear straight away. And South Africa will have a line out just inside their own half. Right. So first look at the South African line out. Since that fateful final 18 months ago. I don't want to talk about it. Okay? Okay, you won. Congratulations. I don't want to talk about it. It's painful. It's fucking painful. Right. Etzebitz goes up at first pod, and I think that's Khaleesi that carries in midfield, and South Africa rolling the phases, getting some nice front foot ball, which is what they'll want to see. But that Georgian defence holding strong early doors, a little bit of a blitz to it, driving those South Africans back, but there's space out wide, and Fassi is, oh, did he get that down in time? I think it's a try. I'm gonna say on-field decision is a try, but it needs a check. It needs a check. You're doing good. Good to see our South African friends playing test footy. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. It's been too long since we've had some of the big boys on the international stage. It wasn't good. It wasn't good, but I'm glad to see everyone's back pretty much now. What are we saying? Are we checking it or are we giving it? I think he's giving it. We're going to go upstairs and have a look. Where's that foot go down? Oh, I think he's done all right, you know. I think that's a try. I don't... It's questionable if he loses control, but... It's questionable whether he has control of the ball. Nah, that's good. That's good. I think that's okay. Tries awarded. Happy days for the South Africans, and they're on the board with a try. Nicely worked. Recognised that the Georgians were blitzing a little bit. Not too much. They weren't piling on the blitz pressure, but it was sort of in between. So I suppose if they're going to do that, you know, they need to go hard or go home. Anyway, the kick comes through, and it is no good. Missed. So there we go. Willie LaRue just does well a decent job of fixing the man, and the overlap is on, and Fassi, no trouble dotting that one down. Right then. A little bit deeper on the kick, but it is a metre outside of the 22 this time, so South Africa won't be able to kick for touch. They will kick, however, but obviously it will stay in field, and Georgia just about retain possession there. Let's have a little look at this South African defence. We see in attack they're quite happy to go wide, and Georgians will probably be satisfied that as long as they don't concede any tries through the middle and they're only beaten on the outside, job done for them. Nobody's expecting them to do anything in this game, and Georgians only play 3 phases before they kick away, so there we go. Questionable tackle height? No? Lying all over the ball. We'll have a penalty anyway, so South Africa will kick this one to touch, and yeah, not rolling away is the infringement. 6 minutes in, 2 scores on the board. This is the sort of rugby we want to see. And Krill sorry, it's not, is it? It's Nia Kane. Does a great job of holding in his man, making sure he can't roll away from the tackler, and he's forced to slow the ball down, so winning the penalty. Great work from him. And the kick puts South Africa just outside of the 22. And the line out goes to the back pods, up and down into the maul. Advantage coming, pulled down, sacked her. They tried to sack him early, but it just took a little bit too long. So there will be an advantage coming for this. And another advantage coming for offside now as Willie LaRue gets absolutely smashed. Ooh, who was that? Tabutsa Days. Decent shot put in. And what is South Africa going to do? You imagine they go for the corner. There's no need for them to run the scoreboard. Yeah, and Khaleesi just steps in and says, "Yeah, go for the corner. What are you playing at? Get me 5 meters out." Of course, plenty of rugby coming up this weekend, isn't there? We've got Home Nations Internationals. England, USA on Sunday. Wales, Canada, I want to say, tomorrow. And Ireland, Japan tomorrow as well. So we'll probably cover one of those tomorrow. I'm working on Sunday, unfortunately. And of course, the Lions are back in action against the Lions. For the point of this, I'm going to call them the Simbas. So it'll be the British and Irish Lions versus the Simbas. Because why not? Anyway, South Africa looking to roll the phases. They're not looking as confrontational as I thought. As Etzeba is slowed down. Eventually brought down. Georgia doing a good job of 2-up tackles as well, which is nullifying some of that physicality. And it's a Georgian turnover. And away! Oh, and it's the quality of the pass just lets them down a little bit. I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Lobzadze, the scrum half, who had a little dart there, and it's successful. Opened up South Africa through the middle, which will be a concern for Rassie. But it's early days. Joe, what we saying? Hey, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? How you doing? Are you keeping well? What are you drinking? What we saying? Welcome in, one and all. By the way, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Watchalong. It's kind of what we do here. Advantage for South Africa. They've turned it over and they've got the knock-on advantage, but they kick it away and Georgia will call the mark. Happy days. Magic. 5-3 is the score. 10 minutes in. South Africans, my Bok friends, what are we saying? Are you happy with what you're seeing? He hasn't found touch. It's a crap kick. It's just gone straight down the 5 metre channel. And South Africa carry up to halfway and kick it back. Before Franco Steyn bundles Ninavashi into touch. And another kick from South Africa. They've gone quick on the line out. And, it's a great nudge. Does find touch. Fassi chasing down there. But Georgia are going to have to have a line out on their own 5. Magnus Sider and rugby commentary. Happy days. I'm glad you found us. This might be the channel for you, MC. Dilly. Right then, it's not great rugby commentary. Like I'm not going to talk sport on the phone. But the idea is is that we have a conversation about rugby while we're watching the game together. What tends to happen is the chat goes really quiet and I end up having to commentate on the game as South Africa win a penalty from... Oh, what we got here? I think it's going to be a scrum. Yeah, it's going to be a scrum to South Africa. I'm not entirely sure why. 12 minutes into the game. Here's a fun fact for you. Fun fact. 82% possession for South Africa, 18 for Georgia. Didn't get the territory stats out in time for you. I do apologise. Right then, so South Africa with a scrum 5 metres out. And you would imagine... Well, this will be interesting because Georgia pride themselves on their scrummaging. They are great scrummagers. But you would imagine the Boks are going to try and shove this one over. It's better than me watching football commentary in Spanish, believe me. Goal! 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 What is it they do over there? Well, that's Italian, isn't it? As they've gone quick off the back, actually. They're not looking to get too involved with these scrums, and it's gone a bit messy, so Willie LaRue will carry in. They've lost a bit of ground, though. Carries up Nish. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of this right. I have to bloody sit up. The sun's catching me up. Hopefully, we can get through to half time, and I'll put a bin bag over the window or something. And a penalty for Georgia. And we've got a little bit of afters. We love the afters. They're big. All right, lads. Is it coming home this time? Oh, for fuck's sake. I want it to. I want it to come home. It ain't coming home, though, is it? It's like the Calcutta Cup. It ain't fucking coming home. Right. I mean, I don't know. Right. Mr. Adamson, just going to have a little chat with the captains. A little bit of tea break. We've got penalty for offside. And the niggle afterwards is not acceptable, is what you're saying? Fair enough. Have a word with your team. Is the expectation? Dickie completing his transition to pale white ghost with it looks like Casper's like continually jizzing in me and just filling me up with his bloody sperm. What's going on? I'm gonna have to get a bin bag in a minute and just cover the window because it's a bit much. I'm having to sit up higher and higher. Welcome in, Swiss Jew. 0. Fuck you right back. Jesus, Dickie. This is a family... Is it a family stream? Is it? Oops. Right, Georgia, off the line out, spread the ball into midfield, and then they kick it away. Georgia aren't going to do very well in this game if they keep giving South Africa the possession. Yeah, mate, I'm English. We don't speak any other language than English, so I've no idea. Je me suppose. I think he's got a fascination with Teletubbies. I don't know. Let's see if we can Google translate it for him. Oh, it's a song. Oh, I've just Urban Dictionary that. You're a prick. See ya. Yeah, I just googled it, MC. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, he's gone. That wasn't very nice to talk about my mothers for JJ like that. Was it? He's in timeout anyway. You can go and sit in the gulag. Right. So another Georgian penalty. South African, just a little bit lacking some discipline. So Georgia will have the line out on the 22. Stay alive, stay alive. Hopefully we're going to get an injury break in a minute so I can run and grab a bin bag to put over the window. Hang on. So your mother's for JJ is a song in Africa. South African brothers, can you clear this up for me? That's a song in Africans cursing, Casper jizzing. This is a wholesome, family-friendly stream, man. Oh, the bigot always goes sideways, mate. Jesus can't save me. Jesus can't save me. There's a special corner in hell for me, mate. Don't worry. I'll be like a rotisserie chicken down there. Are we going to go for it again? What's a nand? Is that type of bread? I like bread. I wouldn't fuck bread though. What is going on in this stream tonight, man? MC, sort me out. What are we saying? Am I running around with me banhammer? Right, Georgians with another penalty then, and they will take the lead. Happy days. Good evening, Nand. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Like, we can speak as much Afrikaans as we want. I ain't got a Scooby what we're talking about. So, translations are welcome. Or English is welcome too. But good evening, Fucker Peter, as well. Jasper's in with good moon on Springboks. Guessing that's come on you, Springboks. Ashley, thank you, Ashley, with some English. South Africa will win this one. But Fuka, you can guess. Yeah, I worked out what Fuka was. I worked that out. I don't mind. Look, I am. My wife will agree with you. 58 of us in. Let's go. Good morning, Jasper. Good morning. Ah, okay. Yes, more English, please. Yeah, poor MC having to translate this. Bless his little cotton socks. MC, if you go down into the description, feel free to join our Discord as well. We would love to hear more from you. And that goes for anybody. Anybody that wants to join our Discord is more than welcome. We have a little bit of chinwag. It's not particularly active because there's not very many of us in there at the minute. We're a fledgling Discord. Of course, while you're down there in the description, go on, be cheeky. Slap that like button. Slap subscribe. We're so close to 650. Just remembered you might have your kid running around. No, luckily, I'm in the pavilion. So I'm away from the main house. So we can be a little bit more fruity now. But also, she's on her way to Lincoln. They're going to go and visit some family this weekend. Fuka is an African word for fucker. Yeah, I worked that bit out. What a legend. What an absolute legend. Thank you so much for the sub. I do appreciate it. Springboks laying cack. I mean, they don't look horrific. They haven't had a great start. Fucking. I mean, yeah, sure. They haven't had the best start. No, you're right. But well, I think you're right. But they haven't had a horrendous start. As Willie LaRue takes a beautiful catch and finds a little bit of space for a little chip through, and it goes out on the full. Cack is feces. Yeah, I know what cack is. There are some crossover words. I've no idea what that is. I'm assuming that he's had a couple of shots of moonshine, Georgian moonshine, and he's loving life, and he's just face planted the keyboard. Finally, a Georgian brother. Ashley, thank you so much for the sub, man. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. I'm streaming from England. This is Twickenham, and I'm about 30 miles up the road from it. It's a hell of a camera, this, to get it in the background. But yeah. If the man to win, the must score. Well, you're right. If they want to win, they must score. Go Georgia! We got a Georgian brother in. Welcome in, my friend. Ilya. I'm so shit with pronunciations. I do apologise. Right, Georgia have a line out. By the way, just in between the 10 and the 22. Bruh, let's see what you're watching, idiot. No, because the stream will get ripped down for copyright. So, sadly, as the title suggests, it's a watch along, not a watch. My bad if you didn't get that. Georgie was spreading his patriotism with the flags. Oh, is that what it was? Oh, it didn't come through on my chat. It just came through as GEs. I was like, wow. Then Georgie, I welcome your flags. I welcome all flags of all variations. This is fun with flags with Dickie. 56 of us in. Let's go. And Georgia win another penalty straight in front of the post, and again opt for the sticks. Offside for the box was the call. So them Springboks in a bit of discipline issues. 3 penalties conceded now, and all within kickable range. So, oh, the big, you'll fly anybody's colours, you will. Go Pumas! I mean, we're not watching the Pumas tonight, but we will be at some stage. Hey, what a great game! What a great winter they had in Australia and New Zealand. Georgia support from India. Are you in India? Let's go. People in India watching this. Let's go. As that one sails through, and it's now 5-9. I mean, go South Africa. They're going to need to start going sooner or later because it's 25 minutes in and they're 4 points down. Are Argentina playing? I didn't think they were. I don't even think they're on the... they're not on the home nations list. Stay home. Subscribe on your channel, bro. Jasper! Let's go. Thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate that. I really, really do. The love we've been getting we only started this channel in February, and the love has been immense. I'm on South Africa. Go please my team. Go please my team. Hopefully they're going to please you, but oh, it's a late shot. Well, it's not a late shot. He's tackled off the Willie LaRue off the ball. Didn't really have control of it. And Georgia just asking a question about a no-arms tackle. Ashley, birthday shout-out. Yeah, we can have a birthday shout-out. Happy birthday, Ashley. I've got some Georgia fans in. Welcome in, Roman. In my country, rugby is not played much, but I don't know. I just love this game. Good for you, man. Rugby's got a home for everybody. Hey, Georgian in Boston. We are live in Boston. Let's go, man. It's mad. Like, when you look at your analytics, it's crazy when you see where you're being watched. You know, like the Bigs in Hong Kong, Arsank's in India apparently. You're in Boston. Wow, wow, wee, wow. 10 more penalties, we might have an upset here. Hey, it's on. It's on. You're more than okay, Arsank, and you're more than welcome here, my brother. More than welcome here. So we have a scrum down. I think it's going to be a South African scrum as we just set this one up. Yeah, it is going to be. Reinak's got the ball, so South Africa will restart play via the scrum. And not messing about these scrums. They are wary of this Georgian scrum. It's straight in, straight out, straight to the back and straight out. Although they've got a little bit of a rock forward on that one, but again, quick lift from Smith. As Etzeba carries up now. And South Africa just floating around halfway. So it's flung back to Andre Pollard, who kicks clear, and I think Fassi that was, couldn't quite get there and had to pull out of the catch. Aaron White, welcome in. How you doing? Yes, it's me. Love your Foodos. Go Springboks. Let's go, everybody. What the hell is Foodos? I could do with some food, though. Welcome in, Kyle. Welcome in. So, Georgia, then, with the ball now, and they're just looking to retain a little bit of possession. And as I say that, they knock it on in the contact, and it all goes a little bit sloppy. So, Mr. Adamson will pull this one back. I think we've won the battle against the sun, you know. It's starting to fade. Oh no! Is this the first sign of a South African panic attack? What is going on with this Georgian side? Hope they don't mess this up. I mean, you're not wrong. They haven't. I mean, I was listening to Sam Warburton chat today, and he said, "Look, we've got a concussion protocol for Nia Kane's going to go off and have a look at." Yeah, I was listening to Sam Warburton today talk about this, and he said that the teams that win are the team that's physically dominant. And wow, Nia Kane could potentially have been served a red card there because he didn't wrap anything. He just led with his face, didn't wrap his arms anywhere, and has got away with just a HIA. MC's in Madrid. I'm going to go in the shed now and watch this so I feel it all. I mean, I've not got a bad setup in my shed. I've got a few screens and a camera and whatnot. So, you know, I'm set up pretty nicely. I'm not like... It's not a potter's shed. It's just... It's my pavilion. So, yeah. The team that are physically more dominant. That's what we was talking about, wasn't it? And South Africa should be physically more dominant and have been. But Georgia have just been really smart and just won the penalties in the right areas. They don't want to play in their half. They want to make South Africa play out of theirs. And South Africa don't really want to play in their half. So it's a bit of a kick fest. I don't think, though, that Georgia will be able to hold on. No, Roger, sadly, nobody on YouTube will be showing the game. Because it's copyright infringed. So we've got the ball tracking over there. And I'll give you updates of what's going on as South Africa breach into the 22 with a little cheeky crossfield kick. Yeah, I'll try and keep you up to date with what's going on and whatnot, but I won't be able to show you the game, no, sadly. Anyway, Willie LaRue tries to chip one over the top for Fassi. It's no good. It goes out on the full again, and the box will come back. And Georgia will have the putting at the line out. Speckman, sorry. Has Rassie Erasmus, he's given control of this game over to one of his other coaches, hasn't he? That's interesting. As this short four-man line out turns into a basketball tip-off and eventually is knocked on by South Africa, so we'll have a Georgian scrum. Oh, you got a proper shed. You got a proper shed. Mate, I can't because the stream will just get taken down. Stop your whining, it's a watch-along. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm really sorry. That Jasper's loving them box. Okay. 95 of us here. Hello everybody. Welcome in. If you haven't already hit the like button, please feel free to do. Please feel free to do so. We need South Africa out of the Georgian 22. Well, they've got a penalty just outside of the Georgian 22. So, Kitso, I can't, mate. It's a watch-along. The stream will just get taken down straight away by YouTube. It's pointless. And then I lose my channel. So, sadly, this is how we roll. We've got the ball tracking. I'll give you a little bit of commentary and a little bit of conversation. And, yeah. Thank you for the support, Roger. You kind of hope that it's given away in the title, but, yeah. Yeah, I know Razzie's obviously still director of rugby, but he's down on water duty, isn't he? So I thought I'd heard that Jax has been sort of given the reins for the evening. Then, Mr. Rhino Beard, I'm afraid I'm not getting a sub out of you because I can't do it. What? Jasper, you feeling okay? I got a rugby chilling for you. You want to play wife me in South Africa? I mean, I've never been propositioned like that before. Oh! Oh no! What am I hearing? I think he might have just offered me his wife. or to be my wife. I've no idea. Good gravy. Right, so Georgians pull down the maul. Got a line out for South Africa on the 5. Up goes Mostert. And Namabi has a little carry, but to no avail. Reinach spins it out into midfield. Not held, so he goes again. Disdain. Pollard! Is it down? Oh, we're going to go upstairs. They better get that rust out of their system if they want to win the Rugby Championship. Kiwis gunning for that number 1 spot. The Kiwis are always gunning for that number 1 spot, aren't they? You're right. They look rusty as, and more pressingly, they need to get rid of this rust before the Lions, because they're going to lose to the Lions if they play like this. Where is Spike Ming? I don't know. Jasper, are you okay, man? Right, we're going to have a look if this is down. We've got a decent angle here. Georgian hand underneath. And then we lose it. On-field decision is no try. So we need something clear and obvious to overturn this. I don't think there's going to be a camera angle that shows us this and can overturn it. This might be the best angle. No, it's not. You can't see the ball. It's going to be a no try. It's going to be a South African 5. Mr. Rhino Beard, appreciate you keeping us updated though, thanks. I appreciate you for being here, Mr. Rhino Beard. How did you find a way to watch this? I always follow the links full of spam messages and publicity. Well, I watch it on Sky, so I've got Sky, so yeah. In the UK, there's a channel for everything in the UK. Mad Dog Tino MTD is going go South Africa. Jasper, I can't stream. How many times I got to say I can't stream the TV? It ain't happening. I ain't losing my channel. I've put too much work in the last 4 months. I'm certainly not binning my channel for a Georgia game. Jeez Louise. Right then, so South Africa had a penalty advantage anyway, so we've come back for that. And they will have the line out on the 5. Ruben, welcome in. Not a Scooby what you've said there, my friend, but I love you all the same. And the maul collapses, but it's under South Africa's own weight that it collapses. So, and the ball is available. So Reinach will spin it out into midfield, and then South Africa knock it on. What am I seeing? What am I actually seeing? Well, it's another penalty against Georgia, and this time it's just too many infringements. Number 7 is going to have a little chill out in the bin, and that is Sagnadays, I think. Who do you think is going to win? At this stage, it's anyone's guess. Because, I mean, South Africa look dangerous when they're allowed to use the ball wide. But at the minute, Georgia are doing a fairly good job of keeping them quiet. Being down to 14 men now, though. Yeah, he just plays the man in the air slightly. I mean, I can't see Georgia keeping this up for another 60 minutes or whatever it is left. Wow, 45 minutes they've got, haven't they? I'm asking you, me and my wife. Well, you want a three-way? Jasper, are you feeling okay, mate? It's a try for South Africa. The rolling maul works. Jasper wants a three-way. This game's got it all. This game has got it all. 10-9 to the box now. The man ain't nie fucking clue van rugby knee. Are you Scottish? Welcome in, Hercules. Ruben, laugh my arse off. My hearing, man. Right, so we'll wait for the conversion. 8 minutes left on the bin, so Georgia won't mind chewing up some time here as it this time goes through the middle, and the score's now 12-9. Oh, I got a bit of colour back there for a second. Well said. I don't know. Yeah, it was stupid playing the man in the air. It's less than ideal for Georgia. But, I mean, he barely touched him, to be fair, but it was enough. It was enough to make it difficult, and you just can't do that at this level. Scottish lollies, Afrikaans. I know, it sounded a bit Scottish, though, when you read it back. I don't have Rugby Challenge 4, mate. I would love to play with your wife. Don't clip that. Don't show my wife that. And, oh, here we go. Little chip and chase from Reinach. And South Africa are in. And instantly, the one-man advantage plays into South Africa's hands. And Cobus Reinach is in under the sticks. 17-9, and yeah, South Africa will be less than happy with this performance, and rightly so, because it's not a great performance. But just opening the hands, whenever they open the hands and just offer that wing, it's a great banana kick from Fassi, and Reinach on the support line with Willie LaRue, and yeah, it's a good try. It's a well-worked try. Shadow, imagine how many ranking points Georgia would get if they won this. It'd be huge, wouldn't it? I'd have to go and watch 2 Cents to see what the board looked like. The whiteboard. Thank you, Jasper. I love you too. Yeah, I know South Africa are probably rusty, but you'd expect them to play better than this. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. They've looked pretty poor. They've made Georgia look good. The refs always hammering the box. Mate, Georgia got one in the bin. What are you talking about? Refs hammering the box. As kickoff is just outside of the 22, and Reinach will still opt to kick. Interesting. I'd probably play one phase there into the forwards and see if you can get back into your 22. Anyway, again, South Africa look to move the ball, and there's overlaps all over the place on that width. And, oh, Reinach can't quite take the offload, and it's knocked on. And, potentially a high tackle there. And Reinach is down, clutching his shoulder. And he is Oh, it is a high tackle, and it is going to be a penalty for Georgia. Where's the ref from? Scottish. He's a Scottish ref. No, I'm crying. The Springboks are losing. Jasper, man, lay off the edibles, will you? What are you saying? The Springboks are winning 19-9. Cobras Rhynak then is in a bit of pain on the floor. It's a great carry from Steph de Toit, and as Rhynak tries to take the ball, he is absolutely slotted by Lobhanzi, and there's question marks now. Are there any arms involved in this tackle? Oh, I don't know. It's borderline. You could argue there is a wrap there. He does attempt to wrap his leg. Sorry about that, bro. I'm losing myself. It's okay, man. Lay off them edibles, man. Well, if the Georgia Tech, if Georgia won by 10, they would gain 2.0 world ranking points, and South Africa would lose 2.0 ranking points. It's not what you want to see if you're a bok, is it? Is Alami reg? I don't know. Yeah, let's say yes. Let's say yes. I hope that helps. It's a 50-50 chance, isn't it? Yes or no? I might have got that right. Boxmiss Duan Vermeulen without Kegwa Smith back at the scrum is out of his depth. I don't. He's lifting very early. I'll give you that. He does look to be panicking a little bit. I think he could probably hold the ball at his feet for a bit longer and see what the scrum is going to do, because they've been getting their shove on. And it's a late maul call, but Georgia are able to forage for that and get it free. And hello, Georgia go for the little droppy. It's gone wide. I don't mind that, Georgia. Half time then. At the break, 19-9. Jesus. Georgia with the cheeky little droppy. Love that. Well, I tell you what. Razzie is not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy about that first half. And I don't blame anybody in South Africa being a bit pissed off. I mean, Sky saying they've had a comfortable half. I don't think they have. I think they've made that really hard work for themselves. But as the half progressed, they were able to get a couple of tries, so... Congrats, you answered him well. The answer is yes. The Boks are going to get a bucking. Right, so what we normally do on this channel, for anybody that's new around here, is we normally go and look for some stats and take a little break so I can drain the main vein and refresh the old beverage. Boks always start slow. As soon as they open up the play, stuff like this happens. Injuries. Don't let me get negative. Look, they haven't had a bad half. It's just been rust. It's been a rusty half. I think that's the big takeaway, is that they have needed this game. What are we saying? Right. So, as I say, I am going to take an extremely short break. In the meantime, we've got a little bit of stats for you to have a little Mozambique at. This stadium This stadium's Twickenham, if that's the one you're on about. I'm not actually here. It's a green screen. But yeah, TV Sport are streaming the game. Yeah, pick it up there. I mean, pick it up wherever you can. If you can't watch it legally, then I naturally can't say watch it illegally. But if it's the only way you're going to be able to watch the game, then yeah, go for it. I think the fact that we played terrible yet still scored 3 tries and didn't concede one says a lot. I mean, look, you're world champions for a reason. It would be crazy to think that you couldn't score tries and beat Georgia with this level of rust. But it's going to be a big jump to the Lions. Georgia playing really well. They are. They're defending really well. Yes, that is a very good point to point out, that it isn't the box first team. That's a great point. Right, so we are going to take a very short break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes' time for the second half. As Sky Sports doing some sexy graphics there. Yeah, anyway, we will be back in just a few minutes' time. I'm going to go and pop to the loo and recharge the old beverage, which will be marvellous. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. See you on the other side. Smash like and subscribe while I'm away, by the way. Right, welcome back. Welcome back. We are almost ready for the second half. Thank you for sticking around. I tell you what, I thought I'm a bit peckish, so I've postioned it up for the second half. Thought I'd get myself a little snack. So we're on the artois. And the wife's away, so Dickie can play. Hello, puppy. I know, next door's dog's barking. Go on, out. So everyone can just see your tail, dog. Get out. And yeah, so I got myself some sausage rolls, but I banged them in the microwave. They're bloody hot. Right. Anyway, what are we saying? Lots of chat while I was away, so I apologise if I missed anything. Razzie might not be the coach, but he's still calling the shots. You're not wrong. Please, off the Springboks 20 minutes, bro. Mate, like, I don't know how hard you're going to simp over this, but it ain't happening. Oh, where's the stadium playing this game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyone in the chat wants to enlighten us all? That'd be great. Oh, I see green screening. Yeah, I know. It's better than looking at the inside of my shed, isn't it? Why won't South Africa... This is a great question. Why won't South Africa gain any ranking points if they win? The short answer is that Georgia are just far too far down the ranking list for South Africa to pick up any points from it, really. It's such a complicated system that I never even bothered to try and work it out. But essentially, South Africa are far too far down... there is far too much of a gap between South Africa and Georgia to affect this in any way. What's that over there? Oh, I see. It's a bit of light. That's annoying. The score is South Africa 19, Georgia 9. You're not wrong. No idea. No idea. Right. Welcoming one and all. Well, I had a little check, by the way, while I was waiting for the microwave to ping on my sausage rolls. And we hit 650 subs. Let's go. Thank you so much for the support. So we moved the chains on 650 to 700. Unbelievable scenes to get this far this quickly. It's mad. The big man is in the house. It's being played at Loftus. Where's it gone? There it is. It's being played at Loftus Versfeld. Yeah. I did know that. I'd just forgotten. TKHD is in the house. If you love FIFA, if you love PlayStation, this is your man, by the way. Go and check him out. He is a little legend. Welcome in, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you. And the ultimate hamster, the high hamster, is in from Huddersfield. Welcoming you in as well. Keep these boys in check. There's some madness flying around. Offering their wives for 20 minutes of showing the footage. I don't know what's going on. Who do you think is the best scrum half in the world? That's the easiest question we've had tonight. Dupont is the best scrum half in the world. Undeniably. Dupont. Right, we're back underway, and Georgia, deep in their own 22, are going to clear their lines through the kick, and they do find touch. A couple of changes from the Springboks, says commentator, and then he doesn't tell us who they are, so I'm not sure who's on and off. Etzebets has gone off for Ori. We know that much. It's Faf de Klerk. Faf de Klerk is a quality 9. But he's not DuPont. But I get why you say Faf de Klerk. I really do. Do you have dogs? What's the name? I've got a dog. She's a lurcher. She's called Minnie. She looks more like a horse than a dog, if I'm honest. Right, so South Africa with the line out. Finally gets it sorted, and Georgia steal it. Georgia on fire. 2 minutes left on the yellow card for the Georgians, as they're not far outside of their 22. So they've done well there to regain possession, and they need to be a little bit more careful about these no-arms clear-outs, because there's some potential reds flying in. He's way better. Oh no. Oh no. Tap if the live stream. What? Jasper, man, I'm not tapping the live stream. Oh, is that the Lions breakdown video? Yeah, cool. Thank you, Ewan. Do check out that. It hasn't done very well, but we move. Right then. So, South Africa then with the ball from the box kick, and they will work that back up to the Georgian 10. And again, they're using those hands and dummy runners beautifully. And Steyn finds a great big hole in the middle of the Georgian defence and is up to the 22. And Georgia, great jackal technique from Nina Vashvili? I don't know. Yeah, he gets the turnover. Great work from him. You see, this is why you're here. This is why you're here. This is why I call on you. Because you do all the right things. Boys, can we hit that like button to help support the stream and push this to more people? That would be amazing. If we could get back up to 90 people in here, that would be crazy. Great work from South Africa there. Just a couple of little backdoor options. And Jasper, don't bring your wife back into this. And a couple of little switch plays. Just open up this Georgian defence. And fantastic work from the Springboks. Just starting to click a little bit more. And if people keep asking Dickie to show the game, timeouts will be getting let out. First warning. Oh, Ewan's out with his banhammer. Ewan is out. Where is he at? Thank you. See, you're the brains of this operation, mate. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. There you go. We're back to ball tracking as well. Right then. So, Georgia not straight at the line out. So we will come back for South Africa. Free kick, and they will have the line out. They're going to take the line out. Cool. What's the tipple tonight, gents? But ladies and gents, because 1% of our viewership is female. We accommodate all here at Rugby Gigs. What's your tipple? Some people were on Magnus earlier, living the dream. So South Africa then again interfered in the air, and another penalty for South Africa. So they will be able to clear their lines, and it's just sloppy. It's not intentional. It's just sloppy work at the lineup. Dry tonight. That's not what we like to hear. Anything but Jägermeister. For context, a couple of weeks ago, I decided to do a drink along. So we were watching the game. It was an MLR game on a Saturday night, and we were watching the game, and we're playing drinking games while we were watching. So every time the team we weren't supporting scored, we'd have to drink like 5 fingers or something. So there's me with a can of Foster's. Ewan decides he's going to play along with a bottle of Jägermeister. What a numpty. Oh, you got a social weekend. Okay. South Africa with the maul, not really going anywhere at the minute. So we'll keep you abreast. And now it starts to splinter and drive forward up over the Georgian 10. And Reinach has to use it as things start to disintegrate. What am I hearing, MC? Box so poor, you're off the Magners, and you've moved on to some dodgy cooking wine. What am I reading? Oh no. For added context, no, Ewan is new to rugby. So yeah, he didn't really understand what was about to happen to him. As South Africa then sort of fishtailing back and forth across the 10, Georgian 10. They have got advantage, and Pollard moves the ball wide to Willie LaRue. Khaleesi hanging out there in the wide channel, gets a little carry on. Yes, if you do want to have a chat about the rugby after the stream, then of course that Discord is there, and we'd love to see some more people in that. Stop simping over TK. Right. Pollard, borderline forward. And huge space on the wing for Khaleesi, but the pass is poor, and he'll have to readjust, and Georgia are able to cover. Fassi just about manages to pass the ball back as he's held up in the tackle, and then no advantage. We're coming back for the high tackle, and where are we going to have 11 phases of play there. That's probably the most phases South Africa have put together for a good while. Wait, what? You know about that? How did you find out about my OnlyFans? My wife is slipping now. Oh, God. Jasper, man. What is it with your wife? Stop trying to tout her. And don't give her Rohypnol. That's why she's slipping. What am I reading? What is going on tonight? Jasper, you are a different gravy, my friend. Right then, so the Boks have kicked into the corner then. And we're going to have a line out on the 5. I tell you what, Georgia can take some massive positives out of this. Yes, they're not playing a full-strength South Africa team. Yes, they're playing a South Africa team that haven't played for 18 months. But they've looked okay. I'm drinking Whying Now I Drank, bro. I don't know, mate. I don't know. You've lost me. Another penalty advantage coming, and you would feel a yellow card's not too far away for Georgia. South Africa are about 3 metres out now, using the forwards. Zach Mosterart carries up. Yeah, we're coming back for another offside. South Africa versus Astana, final score, please. What? Who are Astana? Right, we've got some changes. Who's coming on? 17, 16 and 18. Who are they? So we've got Marks, Kickoff and Malherbe are coming on. It's basically a complete front row change by the looks of it. Yeah. So South Africa refresh their front row. Interesting that they've done it before 50 minutes. But, I mean, that South African starting front row there. I'll tell you what, wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley. Scare the shit out of you. They're big boys. Do you mean it could be Australia. South Africa would trounce Australia, let's be honest. Australia are in the drink at the minute. Right, so we're going to have a scrum. So these new front row, this new front row for South Africa, going to be put straight to the sword. And, Georgia just notifying the ref of an injury. And he doesn't look happy on that ankle. Number 6 of Georgia, so that's Spanda Ashvili. Is in a bit of a pain. So he looks like his day is run. Yeah, and it's just in the contact, it just doesn't quite get his feet planted very well. Oi, we have Cadbury as our new sponsor. Oh, it'll be our year, I swear, mate. Mate, your play patterns will just look like a curly whirly. My hearing, it'll be our year. Did you watch the Trans Man? Did you watch the Trans Man? It's not going to be your year. Right. I'm 34 years old. Thank you for that confirmation. I'm 32. Right, so we'll have a reset. Always with the new front rows. First scrum. I checked and I couldn't find it. Mate, I haven't been able to tell what Jasper's been on about for most of the night. Don't worry about it. Don't know, man. I think there are 15 decent players across the 5 teams that could form a good national 15. I mean, yeah, there are some good players. I just don't see Australia competing for at least another 2 or 3 years. I think they'll come good for the World Cup just in time, but I don't think they're going to be. Anything for a couple of years yet. And South Africa with another penalty, collapsing at the scrum. Hey, is there any need? There's any need? I had a tough paper round on the Gaza Strip, right? Bastard. Right. South Africa have opted to go for another scrum by the looks of it. Yeah. Referee just wants them a little bit closer. Close the gap a little bit too far apart. That's probably why it's going down. It's not my brother sat, so bro, it's not. Okay. I mean, if I look like Dickie when I'm 32, I'll be another penalty for South Africa. And Reinert just looks to go quickly, and then he realizes it's not on, so refrains. If I look like Dickie when I'm 32, at least I'll be able to say that I went to war and made it home. I was on Normandy beaches, mate. I was on Normandy beaches a couple of years ago. Beautiful, beautiful place. Just tight head collapsing for Georgia twice now. Referee has a little chat with the captain and says you've got to pack that in, otherwise you're going to the bin. Time is back on. And again, another scrum. Springboks really looking to turn the heat up at scrum time. Sticky fought in Nam. Fast. I'm not that old. Fucking hell. Right. South Africa 19, Georgia 9. 53 minutes played. And South Africa get the shove on again. Smith, though, picks up. He does find a hole. Attacks the post. Great work from him. And he's over for the try. The pressure finally tells. And the fourth try goes in. 24-9. And you would imagine that this is going to be a comfortable 26. Now, I had a lovely time with the lady boys. I played a lot of ping pong. I don't know who Antaria are. Please learn to spell. Is Antaria Georgia? Is he Georgian and is spelling it funny? The current score, there's not a final score because the game's not over, but it's 26-9. As it says over here. Right then, so on comes Jantjies, off goes Reinach, and Willie LaRue takes the kickoff just inside his 22, but then lands and carries a few metres outside of it. So South Africa will have to work a couple of phases to get back into the 22, and they do. The nicest put down of all time. I didn't watch the match. It's live, mate. It's on now. It's currently 26-9. This is not a drill. I'm not a time traveller. Jasper offers English lessons, discounted rates for South Africans. Yes, not Jant Jess. Nah. I have no respect for people. I have no respect for names. I apologise. I'll get it right. Yant yes. Right then. Georgia then with a carry, but driven back in the tackle, back over his halfway line. Georgia now just looking to shut the game down a little bit and slow play. And it's a decent nudge and well taken by Pollard, who gets the offload off the floor to Steph de Toit. Fassi then steps in at scrum half and up South Africa come through the forwards. I played rugby when I was 12. I play New Zealand, bro. Okay. 2 thumbs up. Right. Is playing for New Zealand like playing for Wales, though? Like every Welsh kid has been capped at age grade rugby in Wales. Like, I remember when I used to work with a semi-pro team, and I used to get rugby CVs across my desk all the time, and whenever it was a Welsh one, you could guarantee 100% the lad had played Wales under 16s. Jasper's on the good stuff. Do you know what I mean? Get off them edibles. What you on? What are you taking? Spain, Switzerland going to pens. If you are interested in the football, there you go. Football update for you. Ooh. As South Africa have another penalty advantage close to the line. Oh, I say close to the line, is it? Where? Yeah, we are. We're inside the 22, so close to the line, but driven back. Advantage still played. A little cheeky grubber. And, oh, South Africa got it. And Jan, yes, is in for the try. Quick ball snipe. Shout out to my Mountain German brothers. Big up the Mountain German brothers. They ain't doing very well today, though, are they? Great little loop run from Andre Pollard and a filthy grubber kick that just allows Yantjes in for the snipe. Really quick ball, scrambling Georgian defence, and he's able just to dive at the line. Happy days. Play nice. And the kick will go through. 3 from 4, 75%, of course. Quick math. He's not had a bad night with a boot. He's not had anything too challenging, though, has he? Should have got the first one that he missed. And that one sails through. And you don't really want to be a Georgian, do you? Mountain Germany. Oh, okay. They're neutral. They were neutral. Mountain Germany. I'm with you now, yes. Well, I suppose you could argue the same point for Austria, couldn't you? But let's not discuss Austria's exports too heavily. Right, 33-9. 59 minutes to go. 20 more minutes for Georgia to endure. And you've got to love this Georgian team. I watched them in the Autumn Nations Cup. 14 is down. He looks like he's in an awful lot of pain with his shoulder to Bootsadade. And he will take a knee now as the physios arrive to scene. I watched them in the Autumn Nations Cup and they got beat by everybody. Like worse than Italy. And they just kept coming. They just don't die. You gotta respect that heart. And it looks like that might be the end of Tabitsade's day. How nasty of the real Germans to give England a glimmer of hope before the eventual thrashing by Ukraine. Ouch. Have you seen 7 out of the 10 officials are German as well? The comments on this channel are the bomb. Why, thank you, Java. Georgia's basically a big fish in a small pond. Simon Hughes, is that the Simon Hughes from the cricket? I mean, yeah, basically they're the big fish in European Tier 2 rugby, aren't they? But they don't match up to Italy quite. They're not a million miles off. They don't quite match up to Italy. And they don't quite... I mean, in 5 years' time, they're going to be the new Italians, aren't they? They're going to be the whipping boys of Tier 1. Which is great for rugby. But I don't see a 7 Nations. I can't see them being included in that. As great hands from Georgia just to absorb the blitz defence. And they pop a little nudge through. And then South Africa are awarded the penalty for offside at the kick. No worries, mate. Thank you ever so much for dropping in. I appreciate your help. South Africa versus Argentina final score. I don't know because they're not playing each other. But I would imagine in the current setup, it would be a good game. I would say that South Africa would win that fairly comfortably, though. I'd say 34-20. No problem. Is it in Georgia and Italy played each other a lot? That have only played each other in the last 20 years. Yeah, I mean they don't come together a lot because essentially the big tier 1 countries want to use these teams as warm-up games. So you look at Italy, you look at Georgia, they tend to be the first test of an international spell, especially when someone like New Zealand and Australia come over. You'll always find that like England will play Georgia, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, something like that. But that's why, because they want those warm-up games. So they don't tend to play each other very often because they tend to be playing the big boys getting slapped because the big boys want it an easy warm-up game. Another change then. Pollard off. Yankees on. I think. Right. I mean, Andre Pollard could be, relatively pleased with that performance. Held things together. Was pretty solid himself. Pitch is littered with medics and water boys. And we're going to have a South African scrum, I think. Was it Georgian scrum? Fassi then. 4 carries for 62 metres. Average 15.5 metres a carry for the 1 try. That's big, isn't it? He's had a big day. I mean, he's not going to keep Chesney and Colby out the side, is he? Potentially Mapimpi. But I can't see it. I don't think he's been that great. He's got a lick of pace. Georgia and Italy have only ever played twice, and Italy won in both those games. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Italy are a fairly decent side. The problem with Italy is they're bottom of the tier 1 nations. So, with Italy, in the Six Nations, they always look terrible because they're playing against, like, the top, 5 of the top 10 teams in the world. And that's the bulk of their work, is that Six Nations tournament. So, I mean, if you want to beat the best, you've got to play against the best. So, but equally, it never looks good for them. So, not a great touch finder from Georgia, and they're just inside their own 10. And South Africa will have the putting at the line out. And the game just starting to stagnate a little bit here. Tired bodies. South Africa have won 13 of their 14 lineouts. Georgia have won 7 from 8. So, interesting stat about South Africa, though. In the World Cup, they didn't lose a single lineout. So, having lost one today, Lions might be licking their lips at that. I was aware, but thank you for reminding me. We're always happy with that. And, South Africa trying to have a little snipe round the corner. Late to clear out for him, but it does look like they've been able to secure possession, and we'll move the ball to Fassi on the wing. Steph de Toit there to clear out for him. I'll give it to the Georgian defence, though. They have been pretty solid. They've been pretty difficult for South Africa to break down. They've stayed connected. They've stayed fairly narrow. They're aware that South Africa are hard hitters, so they've doubled up on their tackles. You gotta give it to Georgia. They've defended well. They've made this difficult for South Africa, or as difficult as possible, even though there's 5 tries. And it was a great jackal but one of his teammates was already still laying in the bottom of the ruck. So Georgia... Oh, what happened? I missed that. South Africa went for a quick touch finder, was going to find it 5 metres out, and then Georgia tapped it back in. Obviously felt his feet were grounded before he left the field of play, so it is going to be a 5 metre line out for South Africa, and again they are up and down into their maul. And they're driving forwards now. And it comes to ground just short. And Georgia again scrambling to defend and snaffle up players as they receive the ball. They're really trying to blitz hard, but the crossfield comes for Speckman, but he is caught fairly easily and will come back for another penalty. What is the penalty count on this game? Discipline has been poo. Let's see if we can find the penalty count, because these are racking up. Well, Supersport's got it 3 penalties against Georgia. There's no way that there have only been 3 penalties. So, yeah. Oh, 3 kicked penalties. Oh, I see. Oh, that's less than ideal. Yeah, they're not great. They're not great stats, those ones. Never mind. Anyway, South Africa up, down, and into the drive. What's the time on the screen? 67 minutes and 52 seconds as South Africa drive over for a 6th try. It has taken them a little bit of time to get into this game, but Malcolm Marx is the man to score his 6th international try. Yeah, it's 67 minutes. Okay. At first, well, I say a first glimpse of South Africa using that Gilbert Lions Tour ball as well, which is quite cool. Cheers to Big. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. I know it's extremely late there, so thanks for sticking around, buddy. Have a good night. Right. So just while we're waiting for this kick to sail over, which it will do, it's an opportunity to say, if you haven't already subscribed, then please feel free to do so, as it sneaks through the inside of the far post. And if you haven't liked the video, then of course we would love you to do that. It really does help the channel out and get us some visibility, so we would really appreciate that. Spain beat the chocolate Alpine Germans, by the way. Wow. Spain threw on pens, but there was loads of misses. Oh dear. And so Georgia kickoff and South Africa retain well outside of their 22, so they will box away again. It's a short one, and Fassi is there to clear up, and great jackal work. I don't quite understand how he was supporting his own body weight there, but referee has allowed it, and South Africa are up to halfway, trying to move the ball wide to Speckman, and he darts inside before getting an offload away. And other than the occasional hole and being able to beat them out wide, the Georgians' defence has held really well. And obstruction coming from Tabutsadade. So we got handbags. Here we go. Love a bit of handbags. Willie LaRue had a bit to say, I think that was. And Jasper Weiss has got a bit to add to it. And the referee just says, have a word with your teams. Okay, lots of apologising from the South Africans to the referee as they have the penalty for obstruction, and again they're down about 7 minutes out. And wow, I mean, yeah, it's a little nudge from Georgia, and yeah, it's a penalty. Right. So, line out. About 7-8 metres out. Be interesting to see if they can drive this one over. As they're down and into the maul. So, they're going to set up for it. And Georgia looking to turn them straight away. But South Africa are able to hold and reset it. And drive slightly in field now. Up to the 5. Once is called. And, oh, so close to the line. And another advantage off feet is coming and is spinning well wide. Who the hell was that? Willemese on the floor, a metre short. And then Jantjies has literally thrown a pass into row F. Craig Hodgson, if the Golden Lions beat you guys tomorrow, we're taking the name with us and just referring to you guys as the British and Irish. Nothing more. Oh, nah, the Simbas won't do anything, man. The Simbas won't be able to live with the Lions. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Right then. South Africa lose... Oh, sorry, Georgia just about win their own line-out. It was a Georgian line-out, my apologies. And they're forced back onto their own try line. And they will attempt to clear, but only as far as Willie LaRue. Oh, Speckman and then Willie LaRue, sorry. Speckman off his wing, looking to find a hole. Almost does. And... Georgia stripped this in the tackle. Great work from them. And they will just use their forwards to try and get a little bit of better field position. And wow. Wayne Barnes calls it. He was a mile offside. And Georgia will have the penalty to clear their lines and relieve that pressure. As a Joe Burger, I will admit, it's a long shot, but nothing like a South African underdog team. They're definitely the most under of our dogs. Or are they? To be fair, I don't know a lot about South African domestic rugby, if I'm honest. I will know a lot more next season as they come into the... What is it? The Ultimate Rugby Cup, or whatever it's called. But yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll see. Right, so Georgia, just inside the South African 10, but they've lost it. They've lost it. And it's just now 6 minutes of South Africa just running their drills, just enjoying having the ball in hand, getting rid of some of that rig and rust as Khaleesi requires 3 men to bring him to ground. The Lions came last in the South African sides of the Rainbow Cup. Oh dear. What, as a South African, because we've got a few Saffers in, and I hope you don't mind me saying Saffers. That's not offensive. I don't think it is. And if it is, excuse my ignorance. Yeah, as we've got a few of you here, what do we think about this new cup where you're going to be invited into the Pro 14? Is that something you're excited about? Is that something that's being talked about a lot over there? I mean, it's certainly Wales fans are delighted. I've no idea why. Leinster couldn't give a monkeys because they still think that they're going to win it. And Scotland are just gutted because they were moving up the ranks and now they're going to get slammed. And, it's not a great cross kick from the replacement 10. Yantjes. And we'll have a Georgia line out on their own 22. I reckon we're playing like the pavement special dogs and not the Afghan hounds. What am I hearing? Where are Georgia on the Rugby World Rankings? Jaco, welcome in, my friend. Not sure is the honest answer. Let's have a look. I think they're probably sort of like 12th. Let's have a look. It's a great idea. Thanks, Sam. Welcome in. It's a great idea, but only time will tell. I mean, I think it's good for South African rugby because you've now got a competition that you can play in. It's in a relatively similar time zone to your own. I don't think it's great for the home nations clubs because it's a hell of a travel expense. Also good for all the other teams that they get to play more of our boys. If they want to play more of your boys, they just have to come and play Sale every week, don't they? South Africa B team. Coming back to where Georgia are in the rankings, they are indeed 12th. So that was a good guess, wasn't it? So far, the rankings sit on South Africa in first, followed by New Zealand, then England, Ireland, France, Wales, Australia, Scotland, Argentina and Japan. They make up the top 10. And then Fiji and Georgia are 11th and 12th. Right. So, Georgia kick their penalty downfield, I believe. And, yeah, they'll have a line out on the box 10. Box to join the Six Nations would have been a better boot the pasta makers out. Nah, you can't boot Italy out, man. We need an extra rest week. Cheeky little out the back door flick from Georgia, and they roll round the corner. Still on the 10. Up they come. Good drive from Georgia, but they get turned over. And 2 minutes left on the clock, and South Africa will have advantage. Whoever said this ref is against the box is full of shit. He's slammed these Georgians, and South Africa would have been allowed to get away with an awful lot of offside. Wide-eyed surfer, welcome in, bro. The Rainbow Cup final was a big disappointment. Hey, Benetton, out of their skin. Benetton. Is Jasper play from Tigers? I've no idea. Nah. Oh, here. There desperately needs to be more opportunities for Pacific Island teams. They could honestly be some of the best teams in the world if they had more playing time. Couldn't agree more. I think it's an absolute shambles that Tier 1 nations refuse to play Pacific Island teams. Like France are going to Australia this summer. Yeah? France are going to go and play in Australia this summer. Why, on the way, couldn't they have had a warm-up series of 2 games, bit like this, against Fiji? Why not? It makes perfect sense. It's on the way. You've got to stop off somewhere anyway, because it's a bloody long way to go. But yeah, I absolutely agree that, you know, more needs to be done to look after these Pacific Island teams. And the problem that they have is because they've got no club rugby at the minute. I know they're coming into the Super Rugby. I know there's going to be a Pacific Island team entered into Super Rugby. But because they haven't really had before now any structure, as Georgia get away, but to call back for a penalty. Yeah, I know they're going to be in Super Rugby now, but they're all playing in different countries all over the world. They never get together. It's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame. From a South African perspective, the Bulls were really bad in the final. That's full time, by the way. So the game does finish South Africa 40, Georgia 9. I mean, the Springboks will be relatively happy with that. Bit of ring rust off. Got the win. Got some minutes under the belt. Happy days. Thanks for the feedback, mate. Does these international friendly games? Not sure what you mean there. But yes, I do internationals of all descriptions. I pretty much do whatever I can get my hands on. So I do Pro 14. I do a little bit of Super Rugby now and again, but it can be a pain in the arse to get up so early in the morning. And internationals as well. Yeah, we do a bit of everything here. I think that's what you're asking. I'm not sure. Benetton with a better side on the day. Yeah, you're not wrong. They were. Does the international... Yes, they do. But because they are so far apart in the world rankings, South Africa can't really pick up any points off it. So it's only really Georgia that can get anything out of it. Yes, they do, but only if South Africa use... Yeah, exactly. Bulls made endless stupid mistakes. And yeah, they just weren't good enough on the day, and Benetton were really up for it. I was really impressed with Benetton, and I've been really impressed with Italian rugby on the whole. You look at the under-20s this week. They're having their Six Nations tournament. They beat the Scots 43-7 or something ridiculous. Mad. Did we win the match? Yes. South Africa won. Right. We are going to be back tomorrow. Hopefully going to get 2 games in tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to do one of the home nations summer internationals. Whether that be Wales or Ireland, I'm not sure. Depends on timings and how things go. We'll also be doing... the Lions versus the Lions, or as I call them, the Simbas. So we will be back tomorrow with a bit more Safa Rugby. So do join us. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, now's your opportunity. Be notified when we go live. I do a little bit of other content as well, a little bit of analysis content. I try to think outside the box when I do it, so don't take it as like gospel, all of it, but it's just an opinion that's maybe not being said. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. All that's left for me to say is face down, ass up. That's the way we like to ruck. See you later.